Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the DCUO SourceCast. I am, of course, Trex, and alongside me this week we have Super Patriot.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
And beside him, we got Vagrant Gaming, aka Trexlight.
Yo, what's up?
And Trick,
Hey.
we hear a little echo on your side.
I don't hear any echo at all.
Yeah, it's coming like from your headset, probably being picked up by your mic. If you can just like turn your speakers down a little bit. That's all.
Let me see.
And
There we go.
while Vagrant's doing that, we also have Brittany back on the show. Hello, Brittany.
Hi, and it's spelled with an E, not an A.
Yes.
Trex.
Yes, it is. Isn't it, though? Isn't it, though?
Yeah, it is Trex.
I already explained myself. I was talking to my friend Brittany with an A, and it kind of fell over to Skype where, hey, look, there's another Brittany. Oops, I hit A by accident. I am so sorry.
Folks, keep in mind, when he means his friend Brittany...
Don't you say that crap. That is not true.
This
This is a living person.
He means a
friends with
cardboard...
benefits.
He means a cardboard life-size cutout of Brittany, who's here on the show.
I don't even know how tall she is. There are like measurements that I don't know and which do not want to know right at this moment. That I can't.
Asian. She's Asian. If you go over 5'4", it's too tall.
Okay.
I'm 5'6", though. God.
Nice.
Neat. So tonight there was no FNL. I apologize to the Twitch crowd out there. There was no FNL this week. I don't know when it should be coming back. Maybe next week. I don't know. Meps is probably in the chat somewhere doing Mepsy things. He might tell you. So tonight you have us, and we have a big show for you guys. We're going to be going into this. We're going to discuss the power changes for Fire, Ice, and Gadgets that's coming in Game Update 39. So we got that on the slate. We have. I'm going to give you guys a look at the new bombshell covers for DC Comics coming out in August. So these are the DC bombshells that we made. We might see some of these costumes in the next episode. I don't know. It's going to be fun. And then, of course, we're just going to have a wild and crazy time because we're three wild and crazy guys with a lady who's Asian.
Alls I know
What?
is...
Why does that matter?
I don't know. It just goes with it. Did I say 39 again? Dang it! 49! 49! God!
Wow.
Why
You
is
keep
what?
saying 39.
I don't know why!
Trex
But
is
you
like
don't
a-
also got say it, you type it, too. You keep typing 39.
I kept doing it for 38! It started with 38! I don't know why I'm going back!
You know what's funny is we have 39 viewers right now on your stream.
You're getting nostalgic. You're getting nostalgic, Trex.
I don't know why!
No, Trex is like a 50-year-old woman. He's stuck in his 30s.
Ha! And in real life, I just hit 30. 5 months ago, so yeah! Woo!
Look, now we have 41 views. That's how old I am. All right.
Oh, yay! Alright, so, Super Patriot, how has your week been?
My week's been pretty good. Jexio, I'll get to that later. Don't worry.
Whoa, talk about getting called out.
My week's been it's funny. I got a funny story today. As a couple of you guys know and all that, I upgraded my internet, which apparently some people were correct on telling me you just get net. I upgraded my internet and my stream works now.
I've been seeing it.
I no longer stream in double-digit pixels.
No
So
more
But I-
pixels.
but I still do, and I apologize for that.
So I've been streaming a lot this week, and today I was on, and Jexio happened to be in there watching today, and got to see a very fun run of Halls of Hades with my electric healer. Very, very fun and entertaining run. Jexio was kind enough to wave docs some of the members of the group and all that, and there was a 107... I believe 107 rage DPS in there with 56 skill points. It was
Nice.
and he was the one telling everybody what to do.
Maybe he was an alt. Was he an alt? Maybe he was an alt. I'm just saying he was an alt.
No.
That's
Stop
when
it.
you buy replay badges and you buy those feats that you got from your alt.
All right, we'll continue, sir.
And Omniastro, yes, Omniastro did get just by coincidence he got Ninja invited in to replace one of the DPS that left, and we finally beat it. So so yeah, loads of fun.
Okay, so with the Rage DPS though, with 56 skill points, where is he at on the scoreboard?
Oh, he was way low. But he did not die nearly as much as the munitions DPS, who was doubled out in damage with everybody else. He was 125 CR, doubled everybody else's damage out. But I didn't look at the deaths, but I was like keeping mental track, and I couldn't have counted both. I couldn't have counted the number of times he died with all the digits on my fingers and feet. Yeah.
Well,
And not my fault either.
Maybe he had aggro too much.
He was one of those munitions DPSs who was like, I don't care if I'm in this AOE field, that instantly kills you.
What?
Yeah.
Follow mechanics, people. You gotta follow mechanics.
Just dead.
Is this where the devs got the sound effects for munitions? That was excellent, sir. Can you do mini nuke?
No, I can't do mini nuke.
Okay. Mini nuke is the best. Vagrant, how's your week been?
It was good. I've been playing the PvE Legends a lot, getting it done so I don't have to scramble at the last moment to get it. But this is probably the only one where I've just been like, alright, this is not bad, because each run is only like 10 minutes at the most. So it's good.
And Brittany, how about yourself, ma'am?
Mine has been okay. I've actually been spending time on the PC side, getting carried, getting my tune leveled. So now I can actually tank the current content. I actually tanked Elite, Throne Elite, with 60 skill points, so it is possible if you know what you're doing.
63 skill points as a tank.
No, I had like 60, I think.
Oh.
I think I have 62 now.
Well, sure enough, you're going to pass me pretty soon. I just know it.
Probably.
Yeah. No doubt in my mind. So my week has been pretty good. I've been playing on the PC test, playing with Fire. And I want to give a shout out to Super Patriot for helping me out, really learning the Fire advanced mechanic and being patient with me and hearing my grief about it. Because I came in like a newborn babe. Just came in as like, hey, I remember Fire, but on the tanking side, let's look at DPS. What is this crap? And
Yeah.
so, but we'll discuss that in a little bit. And thank you, Brittany, as well, for helping me out with my ice and my ice tune today. I got that done. So,
You're welcome.
and on my Twitch, I've been streaming Batman Arkham Origins, which, by the way, I actually really dig it. I'm not sure where everybody's grief was from it. I gotta talk to my friends because they play it and they hate it. But honestly, I had a lot more fun in this game than Arkham City. Mainly because the story, or at least the gameplay for the story, was so fluid and didn't seem as quick. Because I'm going through my Arkham City files, my VODs. I'm getting those done. And I'm on my last 6 hours of gameplay, and I'm looking at Arkham Origins. I'm like, I just completed this. And I'm going to look at how long it took each one, because I did more side missions, I feel, in Origins, because it was more fluid. It was much more fluid in Origins to do side missions than in Arkham City. So
Fluidity.
Yeah.
Water powers confirmed.
Moisture. So I have to show this because this was done by Super Toad. is an artist. If you don't know who Super Toad is, he's one of the members of Galactic Goonies. Met him a couple of times at SOE Live when it was called SOE Live. And he's a great guy. It's super chill dude. So, playing Arkham Origins, I had to fight Bane. And if you've never fought Bane in Origins before, you have to use these shot gloves to kind of like hit him to knock him out a little bit. And there's a scene where you have to use your hands, put him on his chest to kind of shock him. And I kind of went, oh look, Bat Titty Twister, yeah! And so, because of that, Super Toad drew this. And like, I think maybe that night or the next morning, I don't know, either way I got it, and it's like the best ever. Just, Bat Titty Twister, FTW, yeah! And he did it really fast too. I'm really shocked at how nice it looks, like, because it was funny, just funny. And then last, I think it was Wednesday night, I was streaming. I forgot what I was actually streaming. That goes to show. And because it was Wednesday, and my first name is Mike. All right, let's go ahead and just be open with everybody. My first name is Mike. I mean, Michael's my God-given name, but I go by Mike. And Wednesdays suck. They're the worst day of the week for me because my name is Mike. And thanks to Geico, hey Mike, what day is it? I'm like, fudge. So I get it at work, I get it everywhere, and I'm not happy about it. So, and because I hate camels.
He works at Geico.
I do not work at Geico. I would probably be okay.
You do. Don't lie to the viewers. Mike works at Geico, guys.
I do not work at Geico.
Look at his glasses.
What?
He works at Geico.
Come on.
You work at Geico.
No.
You definitely. Do you wear khakis and a red shirt?
I do not. That's State Farm.
Then you work at Geico.
That's State Farm.
Exactly.
You work at Geico, Mike.
I wish I worked at Geico instead of the current job I have now.
Look at all of those tabs you have all on your computer. Just close some of that.
Hey, they are open.
This is why in the past we would just crash on stream.
Exactly. This is why the stream crashes all the time.
This is from my gaming PC. What you're looking at. I'm recording and
What
streaming.
are you looking at, though?
Holy
crap.
Guys, those are all the covers for the DC Comic Bombshells. That's why all the tabs are there. So I can just go tab, tab, tab. That's why they're all there.
Oh, I thought it was like some kind of like,
they're not
questionable stuff that you had pulled up and you forgot to exit them.
No.
Right?
What? No, those are all the bombshells.
That's what I'm saying. It's like porn.
I delete my browser history, sir, okay? I do. But because I hate Wednesdays, Super Toad actually just sent this to me on Twitter. Just sent this. And because on Wednesday I was like, I'm going to kill all the camels. I am a camel hunter. I'm destroying every single one of them because Geico.
You're a camel hunter.
Yeah, I knew you would get that. So
you need to have better words, sir.
I meant what I said.
Just wrong.
So Super Toad drew this, and it's on my Twitter. I've already retweeted. It's like the best thing ever. It's basically a camel covered in blood, and it's like, "What day is it, Mike? What effing day is it?" And
he needs to do one for So Good.
He does. Super Toad, we need one for So Good. If you don't know what that means, go back and listen to the episode. But, okay. Alright, so that's that. It's all fun. I love that picture. Thank you so much, Toad. So, oh, not that one yet. Alright. So let's just jump right into some... Let's talk about the bombshells first, because everything else is going to flow into itself. So, coming in August, DC Comics is releasing the variant month is entitled the DC Bombshells. Just like this month is actually all the variant covers. There's Joker variant covers, and some of them are good, some of them are bad. One of them One of them is so controversial that the artist got rid of it. He asked DC to pull it, which, as a fan, well, as a comic book fan, I want that cover because it is magnificent. But because
which cover was that?
Is it like big boobs and big butt or something?
Oh, I'm sorry. You guys don't. Okay. So does anyone remember the Batman story, The Killing Joke?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. The Killing Joke. Soups, do you remember what epically happened in The Killing Joke?
Oh yeah. Well, that's the one where original Batgirl, Barbara Gordon was paralyzed by the Joker. He shot her and severed her spine.
That is correct, and I'm actually going to Google it for you guys. So,
written by Alan Moore.
Yes. Oh god, it was such a good one too. So
Yes.
This is the cover. Oh, that's too small. What the hell's wrong with people?
That's Google.
It is Google. All
Yeah.
right, so let me pull it up a little, see if I can bring it up bigger for everyone. Oh, I only want to see the image, not the actual thing. So this is the cover that got pulled by DC, by the artist who drew it. This is, first off, it's so epic.
Yeah.
So epic.
I remember this controversy. This is bullshit.
Yeah, so there was a month dedicated to Batgirl for the variant cover month. It was going to be all this Batgirl stuff on the covers. This was supposed to be, I'm sorry, this was the Joker theme. This is for the Batgirl comic. This was its variant right here, where Joker from The Killing Joke basically had that big smile on Barbara, and like, holy crap. First off, the artistry of it, I love it, and I understand why it was pulled. I do, but that's a piece of history from Batgirl that DC cannot get rid of. This picture is canon. She knows she was paralyzed, but that's a company thing that they wanted to discuss. But this, I really, really wish I had this. I wanted this. I would have definitely spent $20 on this cover if it was sold for $20. But yeah, so they had to pull that. So with the DC bombshells, I know. So with the DC bombshells, this right here is for Action Comics. All right, the Action Comics has Superman and Power Girl chilling there, and these are all like these World War II-esque drawings. Pretty cool stuff. Next is Aquaman, Tour of the Seven Seas. If you're into that. Next is the Detective Agency. I think this is I want to say the Batman cover. It's not. I don't think it's Detective Comics. But yeah, it also gives like some great cosplay knowledge as well. And then we have the Batman Superman, Lois Lane and Batgirl there. Join the bombshell paratroopers today. Ha ha! And then we have Catwoman. Meow. Meow. It's all good. It's all good. Then, what is this one?
You could close these tabs.
I am closing them tabs as I go through them,
Okay.
sir.
You're gonna come up on one of your porn ones here by accident. I guarantee it.
You know, Meps has a lot of tabs when he has to do this kind of stuff too, and you don't get on him. All right, so I believe this is the Deathstroke. This is the Deathstroke cover.
Ooh, Deathstroke became a woman.
Well, it's not that he's a woman. It was just like, bombshell for, I don't know what the hell is the story line going in there, but I would love to see a cosplay of that. Hashtag just saying.
Wasn't there a female Deathstroke?
Deathstroke comes out of the closet and he announces to the world that he needs to have a sex change.
Wow.
Wait. Deathstroke is Bruce Jenner?
Ooh. Caitlin Wilson.
That's what they're getting at.
Wow. We got the Birds of Prey right there with the Huntress over there. Nice little 60s get up there. I like it. Then we have Flash. Killer Frost is on the cover. Ski, Killer Frost, Killer Slopes. Oh my god, it sounds something like the Flash would say. Too soon, guys. Too soon. Gotcha, Toad. We don't care. Then the cover for Grayson, which is Dick Grayson in his first solo performance in the Flying Graysons. Yay. Then we have Green Arrow with Black Canary on the cover.
That's the one.
You like that one?
Yeah. She got that, you know, that classy look. I like that.
Oh, yeah. Then we have, for the Green Lantern, we got Hal Jordan over here in his aviator outfit. Join the Corps. No evil shall escape our sight. Yeah. And then we have Harley Quinn. Doing Harley Quinn things. Apparently trying to rape the Joker, I guess. There's a lot of kissing going on in this picture. Next is the Justice League. I actually really dig this. I dig this one. Wow, I really do like that. With the hats and everything, with the emblems on the hat, that's awesome. Oh, I even got the emblems on the belt. Oh my god, I'm getting that cover. That is a really badass cover. And then we have Justice League of America. Because, you know, side stuff. Unite and fight for justice. And then we have the Suicide Squad, I believe. New Suicide Squad. Who are the... I know that's Poison Ivy. Who the hell's the other one? With the... I don't know.
They're both Poison Ivy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She didn't always have green skin.
Yeah, I just didn't know if they were going to go with the old... or former version as well, but okay. Then we have the Secret Six with Harley Quinn again on the cover with her epic mallet. And then we have this is my favorite, is the Sinestro. Oh, it was Cheetah. The other one was, I think, TK says it was Cheetah, which understands because she had like some Cheetah stuff on her. Yeah, I can see that now. Okay.
Yeah, she had the Cheetah prints.
Okay, yeah, Cheetah and Poison. Gotcha. Sinestro, Fear the Dance Floor. I am already getting this one. That's... this is so cool. Perform his jumpin' jives. Because Sinestro is just nothing but a jive turkey. Then we have I think this is the Superman cover. With Supergirl on the cover.
Did you just call me a jive turkey?
Fear the jives.
He can do that.
Feel the jives.
No, I just remember that scene from that Will Ferrell movie. What's it called?
Well, wait.
The basketball one.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Ah, crap.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it, but yeah. Yeah, he had an afro. And then Superman, Wonder Woman. This is their cover. Teamwork Works. Which I think that Wonder Woman outfit is fantastic. Really, and I like this Superman costume much more than what we have currently with just a t-shirt and jeans. All right?
Semi-pro. Thank you, Super Tug.
There you go. And then we have Teen Titans with none other than Raven as the Darling. The Demon's Daughter nightclub. I like it. Like it a lot. And then finally we have Wonder Woman. Yep, it was Cheetah. Yeah, that's Cheetah's bombshell. Cheetah on the prowl. Row. Row. And then that's it. So, out of all those covers, some of them might be costumes in the next episode. I'm not really sure. Whenever the next episode actually comes out, I think it's around August. I don't even know. We don't have a date for the next episode. According to DC, it's supposed to be bombshell-esque. What that entails, not sure. What costumes are going to be in it, not sure. I just, I would take.
I hope it's like a time travel one, where we like go back in time, and, correct or stop villains from changing in the past, like during World War II and stuff like that. I think that would be kind of cool.
Or
kind of like that one episode from Justice League when they were dealing with Vandal Savage. Ooh, Vandal Savage!
Stop it!
Oh!
Easy, killer. Easy.
Or they could do something with the Flash, since it's his 75th birthday, and they still haven't done anything for him.
He's
You
coming
kidding me,
out.
man?
He's coming.
They still haven't done anything for Superman 75th.
They better not. That better not be the only thing coming out. Just Flash's Legends. Oh, 75th anniversary. Call it a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bombshells don't exist in our past. Maybe if you brought in like a multiverse theory.
Perhaps you're missing the point, man.
So be sure to take a look at in August for those for the DC Comics bombshell variant covers. Be sure to head to your local comic book store to pick them. To make sure to actually go to your comic book store, talk to the guy behind the counter. It's like, hey, I want to get this cover, and he'll order it or at least put it aside for you. Do it. Some of them are great. I have at least one. Actually, I only have one, and it's Risa from Green Lantern. That's her name. I don't remember. She's an elf. That's all I remember. So, all right, moving on. The summer kickoff sale has started. Wait, yes? Yeah. Yep, and it ends on the 15th. So, what is this summer sale kickoff? Well, we got some great discounts in the marketplace, and I'm definitely not in the game right now to see what those discounts are, but right here we already have, you can get 350 replay badges for $750 Daybreak cash or marketplace cash. And then munitions got sliced. It's now at $450 Daybreak cash and marketplace cash.
Stuff's really cheap.
Stuff is really cheap.
Stuff's really cheap.
How cheap is it?
Go get it. Lockbox, or not lockboxes, total recovery kits, the 10-pack. Nice. I think it was like, I can't remember how much, but it was nice. Nice amount. Go buy stuff.
Whoa, discount ranges but from 25% to 90%. Varies per item. Woo! So, check all those out. They are all in the marketplace, and it ends on June 15th at 11:59 Pacific time. Whatever that is for everybody else. I don't know.
Specific time.
Yeah, Pacific. Shush. Alright, and then let's take a look at some hot fixes coming, or at least on the PC test. I think this is actually the first one. Nope, this was from yesterday. Nope, that's not the right one either. Where? Oh my god, did I not have it up? I don't have it up. Whatever. I want to just point some of this stuff out because this is... So everyone knows that the devs are actually working on things, you know, because they do. As you see here, they've already fixed the survival mode Happiness Home. The progress selection points have been added for rounds 11 and 15. Brittany, can I get a what?
I think she fell asleep while you were talking about the covers.
No, I didn't fall asleep.
She was over there making it like her backgrounds on her computer.
And then we also have for the War of the Light Part 2 stuff, for the loot, they fixed the issue with the combat rating of 105, not receiving loot from content. They corrected it. And then for the Downtown Metropolis Battle Zone, for the orange U on our side, they resolved an issue where the greedy lantern encounters were not despawning properly. My issue was I didn't find them despawning, I just couldn't find them spawning. At all. They were never there for me. It's never there. It hurt. Some good things here. Some great things as well. For Amazon Fury Part 2, they updated the level of the cloak, boots, and gloves needed to combat Cerberus. So this is your combat rating will not go down when you equip them. Alright? For Halls of Power Part 1 and 2, if you are above combat rating of 111, you will now get an item level 104 version of the relic weapons when playing the Necropolis content. This is to reduce the combat rating drop when picking one up. All right, so these are the fixes that they have because it was an issue picking up a relic item. Your CR would just drop. This is also an issue with the Spark of Ion duo. Picking up that or getting the ion weapon from Hal Jordan before the last fight, your CR does go down. Whether or not that's being fixed, I'm not sure. I want to say it is because I know we reported it, or at least Bumbling Bee did. Then with the powers, which I have to give props to Meps, I guess, because he didn't know what color to choose, or he wanted to play around with the color coordination to irk me, I guess. I don't know. All right, he believes that is also fixed, but missed the notes. Okay. For fire, the mass depth, flame cascade, and fire burst damage no longer splits with objects. And then for ice, for the PC test only, they reduced the damage of Arctic Gust and Avalanche slightly, and increased the width of cone angle of Arctic Gust from 30 to 120 degrees. Oh, for fire and ice. I see what you did there. Whatever, guys.
So slow.
Shut up.
So slow.
I look at this when I'm at work. Do I really want to see things? I just don't. For happiness,
it just made absolutely no sense with what you just said.
It didn't need to, Soups. It didn't need to, because I'm pretty. No one cares what I say. They just look at me. For survival happiness home, the difficulty of survival happiness home has been increased slightly by raising the starting level of the NPCs. We'll get Brittany's take on survival mode before all this changes in just a moment. Fixed an issue with not getting the progress points. The drone has been removed from the Mantis fight due to performance issues, and the updated the Parademon Voltaic Fixer to use more performance-friendly effects for their overcharge ability. And okay, so that's all the updates that's gone on with the hotfixes and everything. So you see that a lot of the stuff that's happening on live server, especially with the combat rating, it's getting fixed. Is it slowly getting fixed? Yes. But is it getting fixed? That's the important part. So before I move on to more PC test, Brittany, I'm going to turn the attention to you. How was survival mode going in week 1? Day 1, whatever.
Too easy.
Too easy.
Way too easy. It was like there was no challenge at all. We basically solo tanked it. I understand that the difficulty was quote unquote set to be lower, whatever the case may be. But when you're going up against an enemy that's CR 131, they should still present some kind of challenge, and there was literally no challenge whatsoever. And I was looking forward to this because I wanted to see what the CR differential would be like. But Happiness Home Elite was harder than survival mode. Like, there was just no challenge whatsoever. So it was cool.
Don't they do that to see if the rounds are even working properly?
Right, but when you're going through the round in 2 minutes or less in a boss fight, I mean, how do you properly test whether or not those boss mechanics are working when you burn them down so fast that they're not really doing everything? I mean, that's kind of my point. Like, there was just no challenge. They were dead.
Right. Wasn't there a bug though with the FOS survival mode where, like, sometimes the one round wouldn't initiate or wouldn't start and you'd have to requeue it? I think it was like after round 5 or something, wasn't it?
I didn't experience that, so I'm not sure. There could have been.
All I know is that the FOS survival mode had a problem where you could quantum tunneling into the floor.
Yep, we had somebody do that.
But yeah,
that sucked. I hated that.
I do agree with you, Brett. It should have some level of difficulty in order so you can actually test everything. I think they were just wanting to make sure that the first batch of testing they were wanting to do on it, that the progress points would actually be triggered, and the rounds would continue on as you went up and everything. Because I mean, with the new hotfix that they put out today, or they're putting out tomorrow. No, they're putting out today. They just posted up, and they're increasing the difficulty by like 2 levels. So
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Even with the CR of the bosses being higher than us, there
Mhm.
was no threat to any of us. You know, we solo tanked the whole entire thing, like the whole thing.
Right.
Um, it just, I don't know. But to my understanding, that's how it was supposed to be, and I was like, what? Like they didn't do anything to it, so that's why this is really like a walk in the park. I mean, this is easy, and with the way that everything has changed with Game Update 47, this should not be easy at all. Because I don't remember what Elite CRs are at, the bosses in Elite are, but I think they're like 128 or 129 or something like that. And they present a really big challenge versus a 131 boss. I mean, if you're at full 126, that should still hit you really hard. And it
Yeah.
wasn't doing that.
Well, so yeah, I asked. I mean, I guess we, Meps is in the chat, so we can ask him. What do you mean by increased by 2 more levels? Do you mean 2 more levels of CR, or like 2 more levels, like 28 to 30, level 28 to 30?
He didn't really say a number on the on the notes.
Yeah, it just says 2 more levels.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, what is there a specific increased number that they did?
Because maybe they're at the CR that they're gonna be at for the live release, but they dialed back the damage and the defense and everything like that to down like maybe like 8 levels or something like that, so where they are actually easier than the elite HH elite bosses are. And that's why I felt that way.
So we've increased it 3 levels now from what immediately went on test.
Okay, what do you mean by levels, though? Do you mean CR level, or do you mean?
Yeah. So what you see when you look at the NPC in your HUD.
Okay. Hi, Meps.
Hello.
I had a different Skype chat opened up. I had the TSI thing up, so I didn't know he was in the call until he spoke. I'm like, what the hell?
With survival mode, we definitely put it out easier than we intend the final difficulty to be, just for ease of testing to make sure things are working. So we're bumping the levels up to where we sort of expected to end up. There may still be another issue that we're tracking down where, for some reason, the stats are not correct or the CR differential is not working right or something like that, specifically in survival mode. So we were kind of tracking that down today, and we're going to keep tracking that over the weekend. And with today's PC test update, with us bumping the 3 levels, we'd appreciate anybody who can get on and play the mode on PC test and see if it's any different there than it was earlier.
Did you nerf the lasers? I don't want Brittany to go through those lasers again.
No, the lasers are the only thing that are for sure working, because they work on percentage of damage, so they just take the crap out of you.
I love the lasers. I love them. I think they're awesome.
I saw that video on your stream. That was epic.
Hilarious.
Like, what
okay,
just happened?
Oh my god!
He keeps following me. So, anything else to talk about for survival mode, Britt? Any more experience? I mean, I know it was easy, but any...
I know that there's a lot of complaints about the arena, and I actually really like where it is.
The too soon crowd?
Yeah, like, I don't think it's too soon. I think the arena, just where it's taking place is perfect. I mean, the room isn't too big. It's not too small. You don't have those LOS issues as you did with FOS. It's not white like FOS, which made it really hard to see the enemy's effects on the ground. I mean, all powers are going to work really well in there, especially healer powers, because Celestial has always been favored because it has the really, really long range. I don't know, and I think all the boss combinations are really cool to see, like different bosses in there that we haven't seen before. So I don't know. I don't get why everyone's so upset about it, because I mean, if it had been a year from now, we would have seen HH that arena maybe like a year from now. So I'm not like itching to go into docks like some people keep talking about, or going into the bat cave, because I could still see some LOS issues with the ground in there as well.
Oh God, yeah.
I like this arena, I really do, and I just don't see how people are so like pissed off about it. But
How do you feel about
really
the styles?
I've never been particularly fond of any of the styles. I mean, even when we completed the first SM, I was lucky enough to get the only custom shirt, so I thought that was pretty cool. But I wore it the first day that we beat it, and then I switched it back to my normal style. It's never been about like the styles for me. It's just been about the fact that we could get to a certain place with the event. But the styles have always been reused styles, so I'm not sure why it's an issue now.
This
they've always.
This wasn't reused, is it?
Yeah, it's a similar style we already have in the game, but it's been adjusted.
I've never seen the Omega symbol on any of the gear.
No, and that's the thing. That's the like new part of the style.
That's what's new.
It's the fourth world chest.
It looks like the traces in time, only like a little different.
Oh, because I need that Omega symbol on my body. I'm reading Justice League. I just picked up Justice League 41 after Convergence that sucked, and it brought out the Omega symbol on one of the characters, and now all of a sudden I look on Brittany's stream over here wearing the shirt. I'm like, that's the Omega. Is it tied in? Is this happening? I need this shirt. I need it. So yeah, Omega's cool.
So yeah, I don't know. I really like it. I'm happy. I can't wait till it comes out. I think the addition of the new mechanics passed from round 10 and beyond are going to be a real eye-opener for some groups. And I love the last boss fight because it feels just as epic as the Trigon fight did. I wasn't too happy about the first SM boss fight with Krona and then the Doomsday boss fight. But there is no like cutscene, but still the fight is really cool and it feels like a round 10 fight should be. So I'm very happy.
I'm glad that survival mode kind of came that fast. I wasn't expecting that. It was kind of a big shock.
Yeah, I wasn't either. And I'm actually really excited for it because, I've got, 1 feet left in this DLC. And after that, it's just pretty much grinding out Legends PvE. So looking forward to another SM. I think it'll be pretty cool.
Oh, good. All right, so switching focus, there was a new update that happened 44 minutes ago, about roughly. So the next Legends PvE event is Ace Chemicals. So everyone out there scared it was Arkham, put your tinfoil hat away for now because it doesn't mean it's not coming. We just don't have it right now. So how we feel about Ace Chem being the next Legends PvE, Soups?
I'm fine with Ace Chem. I mean, look, seriously, Ulan, Arkham, and Strikers are no-go areas. Never do them. Never.
You just don't want to see a lasher, don't you? You just want all lashers on you.
I want no lashers. I want no assholes freezing me in ice blocks. And I want no damn, super long.
Super long. I think his rank cut him out. I don't know what happened.
Super long oolong. No, okay. Don't do it.
There you go.
He came in. He saved it.
Super long oolong. Do not do it. Yeah, those are the 3 major no-go areas. I mean, I would rather see stuff like...
And again? Is this like the Shatner dramatic pauses?
No. The fuck?
Well, definitely a show for all the ages.
He probably had his internet upgraded.
Ha 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 ha, Maps.
That's true.
He just muted his mic again. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you.
All right.
So no super long.
No super long oolong.
Okay, gotcha. All right, actually, yeah, I'm sorry. It's right here. Increase the NPC difficulty by 2 levels. I should have just looked at the actual new notes. I do apologize, Soups. There you go. Some missions that were reported as bugs on the DCUO issue tracker, which you can of course find links in the notes. They're right beside it. Thank you, Meps, because this is an excellent idea to do. For return of Grod power outage, players with the power outage mission can now enter the instance without having run the main mission line. Then Steelworks Death from Above, the heal when in drone form has been increased and the reuse timer has been reduced by half. And then for Gluttony, Ellsworth Memorial, the Gluttony citizens are now full size. I really wish I would have seen that bug because I wanted to see how small they were.
And can I just point out the issue tracker numbers next to 4 of these bug fixes? As a shameless plug.
Go ahead.
Please use the issue tracker, folks. If you want something fixed, that's how you're going to get it done.
But I'd rather make, innocuous, and non-helpful posts on the forums and bitch and complain, Domeps. That's not helpful?
Well, you're welcome to do that. But if you want to see it in hotfix notes that are actually hitting the game, it's better to go this way. Hugely useful tool and something we are paying a lot of attention to. So, thank you in advance.
I feel like you get paid to say things like that. Like, you are welcome to do that, sir. That is up to you if you want to do that, because you are a player and we appreciate your feedback. But not you should just use the issue tracker.
That is what they pay me. Yep.
They're paying them to be nice.
Wait, the issue tracker is player run, though.
They're listening in right now going like, oh, he deserves a raise.
The issue tracker is player run.
He's logging on the game right now and shuffling my inventory around just for saying that.
Alright, so this is a big one that we have to make sure we highlight a little bit for the basic melee attacks, okay? Basic tap melee attacks now hit up to 8 targets and begin splitting damage after 2, instead of hitting only 3 targets, with additional targets taking just 20% damage.
I wonder if they did this because of the 6 tap, Brett.
Oh. So, since Meps is on the call, because I had the same question, can you now be blocked by all 8 targets?
Yeah, I hate that.
Like if one of the 8 are blocking?
Yeah,
I don't know. Not sure how that works.
I want to know why an ad can screen block for another ad, but I can't screen block Hades.
Can somebody send me a message on that so I follow up on Monday?
Maybe that's a bug and should be put in the issue tracker.
So wait, when you say basic melee, though, are you just talking about like tap tap?
Yes.
Like, so tap. Okay.
Well,
but tapping 3 times, you're vulnerable to block.
Right, but I mean, I've been blocked on 2 taps as well. But
yeah.
I'm curious.
We'll figure out how blocking works there. I'm not familiar. That came up today late. And for a little background on that, we were just looking at something else weapon attack related and noticed that really when you get more ads in melee, your effectiveness actually goes down, where in range your effectiveness just goes up forever.
Right.
So this adjustment makes you more powerful in ranged as you're taking on more or at melee as you're taking on more stuff.
So there you go, Tanks. Tank's got a buff.
That's the intent anyway. We'll check into the blocking thing.
Yeah, I'm not on the CRT, so I can't type it up if someone is able to. So he actually knows.
Yeah. I'll make a note and I'll hit him over it.
Cool. So yeah, as a tank, I like this. I really do. It doesn't matter because like using your melee weapon doesn't really give you aggro because using your powers every 8 seconds. That's how you get aggro. Tanks, that's how you get aggro. Use your power. Sorry, bad time last night. Just I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. So Soups, as a fellow tank, how do you feel about the basic melee attack change?
Well, I do like Big Scoop and Hades. So, what?
You and that Big Scoop, God.
Brent knows.
Can
Big Scoop's OP.
can Super Toad? Can I make a request for Super Toad to make a tune with you with a big scoop of ice cream? Just that's all I need. Just you and a big scoop of ice cream. Just like big scoop. He'll figure it out.
But no, I mean this isn't just tanks. This is for melee DPS as well, especially like rage, because more than likely this is affecting rage's damage. Rage DPS as well. Their melee, the melee portion side of. But
this is only for weapons.
This
is only for weapons, and I don't remember seeing rage DPS using weapons.
But they do weapon damage. They do white damage. So maybe that's what they were looking at.
This doesn't affect that. It's only affecting weapons.
Yeah, it's basic tap melee attack, so left clicks.
It's this left click you speak of, sir.
I knew he was going to say that.
He means that square button. Tap with a square.
Yeah,
left click.
Hey, left click.
Hey, crossplay's coming. Hey, Baker, crossplay's coming someday down the road. You might as well get on the program now.
Wait, I have a blue X.
Because there's this argument that's going to come as soon as that hits. PC players have an advantage. Bet you that's going to be one of the arguments when crossplay hits.
We already know you're speed hacking macro user, so come on.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Like,
the other argument that's going to happen is, raid failed because PC refused to get in voice chat.
Can I just point out?
If anything, it's going to keep the community still divided. PC players are still going to play with PC players unless they just know someone that plays on PS3 or PS4. That's most likely what's going to happen.
Most likely. Most likely. You're going to see shouts in LFG, need
PC
DPS. Need DPS with TeamSpeak.
And once you see that person who asks, what's TeamSpeak? PlayStation player. PlayStation player! Put him in the corner. Put him in his designated PlayStation area.
You know what's funny is that all the PC players are gonna see they'll find all the PlayStation players that don't have like TeamSpeak or anything like that. They'll honestly put them on ignore it, and you guys will be back in the same position you're in now.
Well,
well, the villain side, those poor villains. All right, and then also we have for hand blasters, they corrected an issue with the damage scaler for scissor kick. So
sad face.
people were just discovering this too. That's okay about it.
The thing with that is that it honestly isn't. It doesn't work with every power set and every loadout. Like it's only favored for certain types of powers, I think. So it's not. I don't know. That makes me kind of sad. But
can you change the word favored? That's on the blacklist. We can't use those words.
Well, it's not flavor of the month. Like Earth is not really flavor of the month. I mean, nature, like it was good for those types of powers. Like I didn't like it with sorcery. I didn't think it worked really well with sorcery, but for nature and Earth, it actually worked really well with. So it wasn't something that. It was just a different option to use rather than having to use like dual wield into explosive shot.
Okay.
Like I don't know.
And then lastly, the Vault and Prometheum lockbox items, which was, of course, you can find the issue tracker right beside it. The following item stats have been updated to bring them in line with gear post Game Update 47. This is a long list. I'm not going to list them all. Holy crap. Thank you, devs. Thank you, Lady Lightning. Thank you for everyone who reported this. Even Owl. I think Owl had a hand in this. Like, holy crap. Such a huge list. Huge list. So, if you see any of these items, and or at least you don't see them on this list, and you still have something, go to the issue tracker and report it. That is your civic duty to do for that booty. All right.
What?
What? Don't mind me. Don't look at me. All right. MEPS, is test server back up? I meant to ask. Meant to type it.
Tell me. I don't know.
Oh,
Memphis is like, I'm at home.
oh crap! I'm
Shut
actually.
up.
Did I have the client open the entire time? I did. Nope, that's live. That is my live tune. Goodbye, live. Let us go into. All right, so, Super Patriot, why don't you go ahead and kick us off with Fire while I log into the test.
Fire Rant.
Let's hear the rant. Let's hear it.
Oh, man.
I want to hear the fire in your
Let's
heart.
go.
Oh, so let me bring up the test notes here and everything. Where are they at? Where are they at?
Meps is going to be like, crap, I'm on this
Yeah.
call. I'm going to hear all of this.
He'll leave. Yeah, no, he will.
Probably will.
Memphis is gonna be like, this is why Tunso will never be on the show.
If that's the case, Super Patriot will have the night off.
We all know. All right, they went down and they retooled the thermal absorption and the volatility mechanic for Fire and moved some things around in the power tree, which I have yet to see. So if I could see the power tree, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Do you need to see both of them?
Just the ignition power tree.
Ignition. All right.
Yeah. Because some abilities were relocated with the ignition tree to allow for viable short and long range loadouts to be available within a single build. Due to these changes in the ignition tree, Fire users will find their power trees reset and power points refunded. So, like I said, folks, night before the update, respec into Iconics on all of your mainframe or on all of your armories. But nothing but Iconics.
The table.
I was trying to remember. And that way you don't have to respec all of your skill points as well. Because
It
that's
should be coming
not
up in a
fun.
moment.
So
Yeah.
okay. Oh,
It's on screen.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
All right,
they
so-
definitely changed.
So what changed
so-
exactly?
Well, thermal absorption effect now applies a power regeneration instead of an instant power. Inferno and Flame and Fire Weapon now also benefit from the thermal absorption effect. So when you cast these powers, you should get a power regeneration. Correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
I've tested this. It does happen.
How fast is it? Is it almost like a pot?
Okay, so you don't there on the scrolling combat text, which that's what it's called when you see the numbers fly up. There's no numbers when you're using. Okay, you won't see anything on the scrolling combat text. On your power bar though, you will see it start jumping up. You'll get, I think, 9 or 10 ticks of it regenerating, and then it will slowly go back to what it was.
So no numbers actually pop up?
No numbers, the bar just moves. I will actually go into
I wonder,
solo.
Meps, do you know if that's intended?
Yeah. Why would we not see a blue number ticking above us?
Is that so we don't get confused with the power over time?
Like everybody else does. No, everybody else has the blue number.
Now, hold on here. Fire, gadgets, and ice, I believe, are the first powers that actually have the power regen and not the power instant. The power instant, you see the number, but on this regen, we don't see it. And the only thing I can think of is it's on the same principle as the pets for sorcery and Earth. They don't see the power regen numbers. All they see is the bar move.
I want to see a blue.
But I'll go into a little bit of my bad. I'll go into some combat and just pay attention to the blue bar, and you'll see it tick away. I also don't like I have to use Burn Determination or Absorb Heat to both activate Volatility or Thermal Absorption. I had to throw it out there. Don't like it. It's my little thing. But, yeah.
So, okay, yeah, with now, of course, you have to have thermal absorption up in order for these things to regen.
Correct.
Which is activated using still burning determination or absorb heat, which you have both in your loadout for some reason.
Okay, I was playing around. I was testing some stuff.
Fire Burst is now going to benefit from volatility with it causes significant damage to enemies within range. The range of Fire Burst has been decreased slightly to 12 meters to bring it in line with other close range attacks of its class. Fire Burst has changed places in the ignition tree and now provides a 45% buff in damage roll. Activation time of Fire Burst has been reduced to 1.9 seconds, which is awesome. I actually did Britteny OP was in my stream last night and made me DPS Halls of Hades using the AM.
How'd that work out for you?
Oh, it's so bad. But this is basically going to make Fire Burst an instant cooldown for it, because when I was casting Fire Burst in the raid last night, it would still be on cooldown after I cast it, so I wasn't able to just sit there and just spam Fire Burst over and over and over. As you see right here, Trex is just spam.
Is the icon not supposed to have a cooldown on it?
No, it's the cooldown's like instant right now.
Oh.
Well,
isn't that supposed to? No, I just mean, isn't something supposed to display on Fire Burst when you're actually casting it?
You talking about the meter going across there? I thought
not the meter, but the actual power. Like if you look at on his power tray, shouldn't
it's supposed to go blue
or red or something
to indicate that you have thermal absorption going on or volatility?
No, like when he hits Inferno, you see how there's a cooldown on there. Fire Burst doesn't have that? I thought all of the AMs had that.
Well, they do right now on live, yeah, but not on here apparently.
But wouldn't it just last until he's done casting it or whatever?
Oh, I see what you're getting at.
You
so
see, like the actual tray
fire
power.
Can technically just keep going, doing like tons and tons of damage over
Basically
and over and over.
how Rage does and how Quantum does, where you can just keep using those abilities and like a swift rotation because you have all that power.
Well, with mental and gadgets and Quantum, you have to recast your powers to get your rotation back. But you'll hit for a big amount. How much is Fire Burst hitting for in total? Roughly.
I'm not looking at the damage. I'm looking at the power bar and I'm looking at the rotation.
From all accounts, it's hitting significantly higher, more than what Mass Dead is hitting.
All over the place.
Yeah, it's still really inconsistent and weak. Even when it does hit good numbers, it's still weak. So, yeah, I don't know.
All right, so
it's like they don't want people to be able to have a safe loadout. You know what I'm saying?
Now I will say that this loadout, because
sit there and think about it. Think about it. Munitions. All right, even Quantum's the same way. Munitions. They're doing it with ice, gadgets with its EMP, and instead of the paralytic dart and everything. All that close range stuff does more damage. So you get your high risk, high reward, and all that. Even though they don't do that with some of their weapons, but brawling, stuff like that.
Stay tuned.
It's just. I knew he was listening.
Weapons.
But it's kind of frustrating that a power. The name Mass Debt. Just the name itself says this hits really fucking hard.
It also now has a longer cast time than Fire Burst, doesn't it? Because Fire Burst is 1.9 seconds. Mass Dead is still 3? Or was that reduced as well?
I believe so. No. According to the notes, it wasn't reduced.
3. Yeah, it's still at 3.
Yeah.
So yeah, Fire Burst hits harder, has a smaller cast time, and then Mass Dead's kind of like it has the range, but definitely not the damage or even the speed.
See, and another issue too, and this is something that me and Trex brought up during our conversation about Fire, is the fact that you can't have volatility active unless you have thermal absorption active.
I was not happy with that because I was trying to time volatility. It's like, all right, well, how long is the volatility buff? And I'm like, I can't find it.
It's like, how long until volatility runs out? How's it when the blue flame's done, when thermal absorption's over? He's like, okay, well, how do I activate volatility? And I was like, burning debt or absorb heat. He's like, okay, but how do I do it without activating thermal absorption? You can't.
Exactly.
Well, that makes no sense.
This is why the new UI is needed to show those actual like signs of buffs and stuff like that. Because having the little green splash showing that you have certain power interactions or buffs going on it's like, what buff do I have on specifically? I don't know. When is it about to go away? I have no idea.
All right, so
pressing F1 on the PC or the D-pad on the PlayStation, going all the way down to your buffs, it's
not feasible.
I'd rather see what they did with the armories, where they have like an actual square showing like a clock cooldown for buffs. That would be sexy.
So, were you guys looking at the power bar during that fight with Vice?
Yeah, you ran out of power.
Yeah, and I kept up my rotation with my advanced mechanic to keep the power coming. Because it's not the instant, because it's not that instant power that Rage, and especially you see in Rage and Quantum, you kind of have to be smart about this. I mean, I'll start the next fight with Metallo and make sure I try to pay attention to using my advanced mechanics. I'm starting with Burning Debt, then I use Inferno, and then Fiery Weapon, and I just go into Fire Burst. And those start the power regen, but once I restart the next rotation, the power is not coming back fast enough, like it should be. You should only be having to hit 1, 2, 3, and then Fire Burst, Fire Burst, Fire Burst, Fire Burst. Then I will hit 1, 2, 3, and let's see. 1, 2, 3, Fire Burst. Yay. Well, of course, I'm like so freaking far away. And of course, it doesn't take into the account that you get knocked your ass down. That happens too.
That's why I have Flame Cascade in my loadout.
So you're resistant to CCs?
No. If you get knocked down, when you're doing this, when you're doing the AM, you get up again. You hit Flame Cascade. I get knocked down. I get up again. And I hit Flame Cascade to keep the absorption. You can hit Flame Cascade to keep the thermal absorption going. Because it doesn't... Fire Burst and Mass Debt have never, and from what I'm seeing here, does not keep thermal absorption going until they actually hit. Not at the start of the cast. Flame Cascade does, though.
Right.
Yeah, you're running out of power a lot.
Yeah.
Obviously, the stream's catching up, but
yeah, of course, yeah.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, just casting Fire Burst over and over again. Yeah, definitely run out of power. That's good though, because it was almost at a point where like you only needed one troll if you had powers with AMs.
Yeah,
you still do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry with Rage. Like, I mean, if I'm by myself, it's like I have no issues whatsoever with power unless I'm having to break out.
But if they change it to where powers work like this, I mean, yeah, you're right. You might still only need one troll.
No, I know. I think doing it this way will allow the controllers to show a little bit more dominance in power back. You know, of course, not controllers aren't just batteries. I respect controllers. I love my Quantum controller. He is the best. But I mean, with AMs right now, especially with Quantum and Rage, like I feel that I don't really need a controller because I have supply drop. Then I have my sodas, and my AM brings my power back like so fast. Yeah, and my power comes back so fast. But with it, if it goes towards this new power region, I am okay with that because it would make my controllers feel like I would have to control myself. It's like, all right, I just did my rotation of AM. I got to start using my weapon again so I get some more power back. So it would just bring about some smarter play instead of this quantum where literally I'm sitting there with my controller. 1, 2, 3, 4. Someone's on me. Quantum tunnel. 1, 2.
Well, this is why
4.
I played sorcery for so long before they did the update with the pets, because it was very, very active. At least the way I played it, because I played it with dual pistols, and I would do really good damage with it, especially with Weapon of Destiny, since dual pistols made each tick with every hit really fast. So I was moving all over the place.
What is chat going on about?
I don't know.
What are you talking about? Hardlight's infinite combos? Like what's going on in chat with the Hardlight stuff?
I don't know. Somebody asked about what if
Hardlight's advanced mechanic is infinite combos. That's its mechanic. Yeah. It's the combos.
Yeah.
Hardlight was the first advanced mechanic. Wasn't technically, if you want.
Technically, I would consider ice.
I think it was gadgets and ice first, wasn't it?
Well, gadgets back then, when everything was vanilla,
because gadgets got
really the only thing that was unique about gadgets was that they could apply every power interaction that was out at the time. They could do electricity,
no, I'm talking about
burning.
Display. The actual.
No, I'm talking about like during vanilla, like during launch.
He's talking about before all the changes and everything. Yeah, gadgets thing was the only power they could apply all the power interactions except for poisons.
I'm talking about just advanced mechanics.
But no, advanced mechanics. Fire was the first one in the advanced mechanic.
Fire was the first. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when Hardlight was first introduced, it had its combos.
Right.
That you could do.
Which you could technically argue before they coined the term advanced mechanic was the first.
Yeah.
Like power that had a unique gameplay style.
Yep. And then Rage was technically, in my eyes, the first advanced mechanic because it technically came out with it. It just wasn't called that and needed a little bit more tweaking. But you know, what? Go Rage.
Someone is either rubbing their hands together a lot or is washing their hands or something.
Sorry, using my back scratcher.
Back scratcher! Back scratcher! Back scratcher. So, alright, let's finish up this match with Bleeze.
So,
yeah, go ahead.
But anyways, so
what are you ranting about? I can't quite follow it, Soups. I think you need to start over from the beginning.
I want to know why, you guys, I get that, the risk reward thing with, the mid-range and up-close damage powers and everything like that. But I mean, what if I just wanted to sit back and just like mass det something into oblivion? It's going to take me forever to do it.
I mean, if you want to sit back and be kind of a scaredy cat and not really get in there and punch stuff, you're going to do less damage.
No, see the thing is though, man, I sit back and I blast things with mass det, and if somebody goes down, I go pick them up. If I'm in there blasting somebody with fire burst, I'm probably going to be the one that goes down.
That's sad for you.
That's not necessarily all fights, though.
Locke shakes his head in your direction with sadness.
Locke shakes his head in my direction?
Like I was going to say, in the new Genesis Now fight, at least on villain side, I'm as mental. I'm close enough to use mass terror instead of having to use mass levitation during the light ray fight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Bring another healer.
Bring another healer.
Dang.
Yeah, good luck getting into a group with that.
Bring another heal.
That Halls of Hades match raid I did today. There was another healer in there. My Electrotune's healer CR is 112. The other healer is 110. And they were like, "When do you guys go DPS?" And I'm like, "You don't want me to go DPS. When do you guys go DPS?" I mean, it's like.
Alright, so are we done with Fire? We have anything else we want to touch about fire?
Yeah,
Volatility needs to be removed. So what's up? Just
about
All they gotta do is just make it to where mass debt isn't all over the place with its damage.
Yeah, I mean, it's not splitting anymore. Fireburst and Mass Debt aren't splitting anymore, according to recent hotfix to the tester.
They are not.
So maybe
but apparently
with Mass Debt's damage and everything like that. But
is that what was happening?
no, I don't know. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, they were splitting onto objects, so you're losing damage on objects.
Well, even if you were hitting one single target, mass debt's damage was still all over the place.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, the thing because I had talked about volatility so much is I'm trying to actually find the power, because there was a power that I was looking at that gave volatility, like started it. And I'm like, okay, well, how I do? Yeah, here. Yeah, Fireburst activates volatility when used against burning enemies. It's like, what the hell? Then I just want to use that. But then, of course, thermal absorption restores power while you have volatility and when attacking burning enemies. I'm like, this whole new this name came up. I'm like, what?
It's confusing. It's confusing. I know. I mean, I had to, when Fires AM first came out, I had to pull Tunso aside at SOE Live last year and ask him straight up. I was like, dude, what is the rotation? Tell me the rotation so I can, help you sell this. And and that's what he told me. What he told me is what I initially started doing on it, and then they made Burning Determination apply thermal absorption and volatility. So yeah, I mean technically, yeah, Burning Debt. I mean, if you read Burning Debt, it does not activate volatility. Technically, the damage powers that you use do. But the thing is, though, I mean, without the thermal absorption, you're not getting the benefit of the volatility buff.
Yeah.
At least I haven't seen it.
So with advanced mechanics, is there really any point in using superchargers anymore?
Not unless there's one that benefits from the advanced mechanic, PI.
I'm pretty sure there isn't.
I mean, I don't know, Quantums. Quantum has that's still using Oblivion. I mean, it's still helpful with Quantum. But Oblivion
is that the one that hits like 16 enemies or something?
Yeah. Oblivion's the one where if you take a raid group of Quantum people over to the intergame crime wave area and all that, you could crash PS3s all over the world.
They just need to make it to where supercharges are relevant to the advanced mechanic instead of just weapon mastery, because you're technically only going to use a supercharge if you're getting the weapon mastery crit off of it. There's no reason to have one on your bar right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Unless you're like a sorcery or earth right now, because technically your advanced mechanic is doing itself.
Emperor Jareth has a question. I don't understand why Inflame is in the AM. Isn't it melee? That's correct. The change that they did with Fire was to make it so Fire had a melee and a ranged advanced mechanic option. So you could either be a melee player and use Fire Burst, or you could be range and, I guess, technically use Mass Debt and Flame Cascade, I guess.
It's like that for mental too. If you're range, you're using mass levitation. If you're more melee, you're using mass terror. Terror obviously hits harder. Levitation hits less, but you can be way farther away, which is good for certain raids.
Yeah. So yeah, Inflame is definitely there. I mean, Super Patriot can attest to this as well. Inflame and Immolation could technically, be like, together or in separate trees.
If they were just combine Inflame and Immolation into one power and all that, that slot where Inflame's at could be Fire's ranged group pull for tanking. Just saying.
Hashtag just saying. Hashtag. All right, so I will switch over to
we know Earth's getting one.
Oh, are they? They don't need it. They got Epicenter. They're fine.
You understand? All right, Spittle. After that time when Spittle gave me a hard time when busted my chops about me complaining about Fire and Earth not having a group pull and all that, Spittle went skimming so he could get low pressure for a group pull. Brittany was nice enough to tell me about it one night.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny.
So, I'm on my Ice Tune, which I spent a little time today playing around with it at work because work was dead. Thank you, work, for being dead so I could do things I actually do enjoy, which is not being there. You know, not all of us can work at Geek Squad, I tell you what. Alright, I gotta look at the patch notes real fast, 1 second. Alright. Alright, so with Ice and Gadgets, they both got changes, but really wasn't significant as Fire. For Ice, Cold Snap, I'll actually bring it up. Cold Snap now increases power regeneration rather than returning power instantly. In addition to its existing effects, it now also restores power when activating Bitter Winds and Wintry Tempest. For Arctic Gust, which is in the other tree, because holy crap, the damage has increased slightly to bring it in within range of other abilities of its class, and Avalanche, which is there. The damage increased slightly to bring it in range with other abilities in this class. So, my first question, I cannot jump cancel Avalanche or Arctic Gust? What? Brittany? I guess you would have more expertise in this. I don't know. Can you not jump cancel Avalanche or Arctic Gust?
No.
I thought you could block cancel on that.
Was it a block
I
cancel?
thought you could too, but I wasn't able to do it when I was on test, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you can now or something.
Alright, I just did Avalanche with a block. And, well, it didn't work in combat. Yeah, it didn't work in combat. It'll work everywhere else, though. Let's try Arctic Gust, then. Well, Arctic Gust definitely was just cancel the whole damn ability. Wow, okay, so that does not work like, everything else. Like Rage. So, gotta play that whole animation. Did not expect that. Wow, that sucks. Woo. Because I was at work and I'm like, why can I not cancel this? Why isn't this not working like my Rage tune? This needs to work like my Rage tune, where I can just jump cancel everything. So, Brittany, do you want to talk a little bit about Ice's advanced mechanic for people who might not know about it?
I don't know. I don't really know much about Ice's AHM. More Rage.
Isn't it about getting ice armor ASAP, and then that's when you can start doing your damage?
It's about chill effects, I thought.
Chill effects, yeah. It's chill effects. Yeah. So you basically need to get your chill effects up.
Let me help you out there, Brett.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, chill effects, yeah.
No, I know what the gist of it is. I don't play Ice anymore, so I haven't played Ice for a while. So I don't know much about the advanced mechanics. I know some of it, but I'm not like an expert on it. But I mean, it's similar to everything else. You need to set up your PIs, and then you get when you activate Cold Snap, that's when you get your power, I guess, returned. And then you hit way harder with Arctic Gust, because that's the mid to close range power, versus Avalanche, which is the range power that you can use. So, I mean, it's very similar to what Fire is, or all the AMs are. It just got a buff, basically. Yeah. So now it hits harder.
Yeah,
but not as hard as it was on test.
And this one, of course, has the power instant back, which you really can't see because I'm on the sparring target, and the sparring target just doesn't like me at all. I don't like the sparring targets really on test or anywhere, because I can't test the power back mechanic because they just give back power so fast. I don't like it. But yeah, it's all about getting that chill armor, and then once you get your 1, 2, 3, it's just spamming Avalanche and Arctic Gust, having to do the whole animation.
The chill armor.
And make sure you get that ice field, though. That good old ice field. See, I like a 10,000 hit crit. That's cool. Yeah. I think there was a... I was looking at the descriptions of the powers, and was it in... It was somewhere. One of the powers said you needed to be in like an ice field. Yeah. With Avalanche, right here in the damage roll, causes additional damage if enemies are standing in an ice field. Now, because we're smart individuals, we know that when we cast Wintry Tempest, there's going to be an ice field. How do we know it's an ice field? Because there's ice all over the place. There's ice all over the place. So, I was just thinking that maybe in Wintry Tempest, we can have like some words that says, creates an ice field on the ground. And so Brittany had to leave, and thanks Meps for that. Love you, buddy. So, well, I mean, if we can get Meps back on the show, we would back to be having 4. You know, he could be the stand-in. Come on, buddy, come on in. She probably gonna go yell at some neighbors. Probably, I don't know. But so yeah, that was ice. Yay, ice.
I think you called in to question her ice knowledge, and she got mad.
No. I'm gonna get that phone call. Now she's gonna be all yelling at me. It's like, you can't even spell my name. You're questioning my ice stuff. Damn you, Trex.
Yeah, see, I don't know anything about ice. I thought it was all about getting the ice armor as fast as possible.
Yeah, when you get the chill effects, it'll increase the damage, and then you just keep it going.
Oh, I see. I thought it was just called ice armor.
Yeah, it's like it's called chill effects. Like, I think that's basically how you do it.
You get 5 chill effects, you get ice armor.
Yeah. So I think I could of course easily go back to it. If I know Cold Snap gives you chill effects, and I think Wintry Tempest does as well. So when you going through your rotation at the start, you're building up your chill effects, you're building up your damage, and then once you get your ice armor, bam! You just keep it going, keep the rotation going, you'll have your good stuff. Alright, so I'm here on gadgets, and then with gadgets, we'll go to the patch notes. Alright, so Battle Awareness. For the Battle Display, Battle Awareness now increases your power regeneration rather than returning power instantly. And then for Paralyzing Dart and EMP Pulse, they increase the damage to bring it in line with other abilities. And then for Intimidation, decrease the cooldown to 12 seconds, bringing it in line with other attack buffs. And note that the damage over time effect applied when used in combination with Paralyzing Dart and EMP Pulse still has a duration of 15 seconds. So one thing changed, the other one didn't. So we have the cooldown, but so you're gonna have to. It does mess up the timing effect in your mental timing when you're counting it. It's like, all right, well, cooldown's done. Now I gotta wait 3 more seconds. And then you just gotta go with it. So let's see if I can actually get this rotation. I doubt I can. Probably doesn't work. Alright, so, and this is not the rotation I set up because I think I failed. Yep, that's not my rotation. This is not what I wanted. Alright, so I've got Battle Display. I know Stasis Field. I know Cryo. And I have to give a shout out to Penrin as well. He helped me out get this loadout, so thank you so much, sir. A scholar and a gentleman. Cryofirm, Stasis, and then Gauss Grenade. And then, what was my next one? Oh, Paralyzing Dart. So, Paralyzing Dart, this is the ranged loadout. If I was going to go into melee, I would basically switch out Paralyzing Dart with EMP Pulse.
No distract?
That's what... And you know what? I want to thank Bumbling Bee as well because he broke it out for me. Because with... he told me that the I want to make sure I can actually, of course, just scroll up to what he said. Let me scroll up a little bit more because it's not there yet. Because I asked the question because I wanted to use Distract. Because in order to get the advanced mechanic going, you either need to use either with Paralyzing Dart and EMP Pulse, you get increased damage if you get out of stealth immediately after stealth, if you use Distract, or if you use the 3 power interactions. So here it is. Distract is better for EMP because you can do 2 big hits within a second of each other. So overall, you do more damage. Intimidation adds a heavy dot to the advanced mechanic, so at range, you are better off using it with Paralytic Dart.
Okay, I'm talking about with EMP.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yes, with EMP, I would use Distract. Yeah. I would switch out with other powers. Yeah, okay. Intimidation would be Distract, and then Paralyzing Dart would be EMP Pulse. All right, so let's see if I can actually. First time I've actually. It's not my first time. I think I've used this on my other character as well. And I do like the fact that the battle awareness is easily seen. And I just like the battle display. It's really cool to see sometimes. Yeah. And look like I'm clipping into other stuff as well. I'm refreshing battle display even though I really shouldn't be. Yeah, I mean, if I worked on my controller layout for this attack, I would do a lot better. But, yeah. So, that's with gadgets. You need to use your battle display. You need to have that up. You need to have your battle awareness at all times. Nice little HUD, which, good job to the art and graphics team, because I do like it. Yeah, so there it is. It grants you battle awareness. And I'll even look at Gauze Grenade. While battle awareness is active, enemies restore power to you when hit by this ability. With gadgets, you're using a lot of abilities that when hit by this ability. So yeah, it restores power to you when hit by this ability. So it's all groovy. All groovy. So with Paralytic Dart and EMP Pulse, and it's right here on this paragraph, enemies take heavy damage when Paralyzing Dart is used immediately after unstealthing, using Distract, or applying 3 different power interactions from like Cryo Field, Cryo Foam, Fear Gas, Gauze Grenade, Napalm Grenade, Stasis Field, Sticky Bomb, Taser Pool, or Vortex Cannon. So you just need to have 3 of those, and 3 different ones if possible, because you know all the other DPS can follow along with that power interaction. No, I'm sorry, I keep getting that confused. Other powers can't use the same power interaction from another player, right?
You benefit from the power. They can benefit from your power interactions. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I set someone on fire, your damage will be increased because I already have them on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just want to make sure. That's like one of those things I always forget because it's.
And gadgets is like the only power that works like that.
Yeah.
Everybody else cancels each other out. So it's frustrating.
So they said that they were working on a fix for that, I think, though.
Yeah, they said that last year. That's what we live to. I think they said that 2 years.
Oh yeah, I mean, they've acknowledged.
Yeah. They're doing some future stuff. It's gonna be pretty cool with the combat. But yeah, so with gadgets, you just have your battle awareness. For Paralytic Dart, I'm using the 3 power interactions. Then I'm using Intimidation, and then I use Paralytic Dart, and boom, large amounts of damage. Big damage. So, your Paralytic Dart or your EMP Pulse is going to be your big finisher move. Everything you're building up to is for those 2 abilities. That's your bread and butter. Everything else is your setup. Battle Awareness, all that is your power back mechanic. Alright, and it's a regen, so be careful when you're going into stuff, because your regen might be kind of low, so you're gonna have to start relying more on your weapons. Because it's tests as well, I'm not sure when, if anything, I'll ever get into a run or alert or a raid to really test this out in field. but just keep that in mind that once it goes live, we'll have a better knowledge of this because more players will be actively doing it because they'll have more stuff to run because test server is test server. That's it. So seeing if there's any questions about any of the powers that we talked about, fire, ice, or gadgets. If you guys have any questions, it's opened up there. I'm not with fire, ice, and gadgets. Those are not the powers I normally play. I play rage. I have a gadgets tune. He's like level 14. I have an ice tune. He's level 30, but he's basically a tank. He doesn't do anything. So me coming on to test, I've learned 3 new advanced mechanics for these powers. I'm really happy that I took the time to learn it because it's really good. So any final thoughts on fire, ice, and gadgets? Vigor, we'll start with you. Someone poke Vigor.
Vagrant, let's start with you.
Sorry, what's going on? I had a phone call.
Just a quick roundup on fire, ice, and gadgets. Final thoughts.
I might switch to gadgets because I was thinking that. Well, I'm mental now. I switched from sorcery to mental because I want to go back to trolling. But gadgets seems pretty fun, and I've always liked gadgets.
Okay.
In terms of fire and ice, no, I would probably never play them.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, learning the fire advanced mechanic and going a lot deeper into it than I did with ice or gadgets. I mean, I do miss my fire tune, and maybe if I level him and get used to volatility, I might be okay with it. But at this point, I will never call it volatility. I'm just going to call everything thermal absorption. Volatility does not exist. Terminology does not exist for me. Your turn, Soups.
I mean, anything anytime they go back and you do a balanced pass on powers, I think is a good thing.
Yeah.
For the game. I mean, there's some people and all that are saying there's no way that they're ever going to achieve balance between all the powers. And if for them to concentrate on balancing powers too much, it's going to take away from the development stuff. As far as I'm concerned, if I can't play the power that I want to and be able to, be as how do I want to say this, as effective with the power that I love playing as others are with powers that are considered to be OP or flavor of the month in content, then what's the point in the new content? So the more time that they spend towards balance and stuff and all that, I think is fantastic. So I am looking forward to the fire changes. I mean, as much as I bemoan about mass debt not doing what I feel the type of damage it should be doing, at least like it used to before this came along. I am looking forward to the fire changes and trying them out. And having fun with it.
Mass debt, once again, I feel when was it that mass debt just turned into a lackluster power? Was it when it got its advancement?
The AM, yeah.
We need mass.
Yeah,
mass
debt was a staple in my fire DPS loadout before.
Well, mass debt used to be the power in the game that would hit the hardest back then.
Yeah.
I want that. I want that back. I want mass debt back to its former glory. Well, semi-former glory. We don't want it to go OP now. But it, I definitely do feel that mass debt, after even all the burning and all the buffs that you give it, mass debt, I feel, is not in line with the other powers like Finisher. Like, mass debt should be hitting as much as maybe as much as EMP Pulse and Paralytic Dart. Dart and EMP, those two, that's where mass debt should be. That's the range.
See, and that's you just brought something up about finishers, man. I want to know what they're doing about the 35% finishers, if they're going to do anything with them at all. I mean, me personally, yeah, the 35, yeah, snuff out, photon blast. I mean,
they're probably going to be more for PvP nowadays. since they have nothing to do with their AMs anymore.
I mean,
I think they should.
weren't those are 65, right? Those are the 65%.
Nah,
They were 60% modifiers,
60.
and they did extra damage to targets below 35% health.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's a good question because I think it was maybe I was looking at my ice tune when I was getting it set up for this, and I'm like, where's my finisher? Because like I look at ice DPS, and I'm seriously looking at it like, all right, so what's the big ice boom move? I'm not seeing it. Is it just sustained damage, just to have my chill armor and then just keep this rotation going? Where I look at gadgets,
No, ice. I think I'd have to look. I'd have to look at the tree, but I think ice still. I mean, I know. I can't remember what it's called, but I know ice has one.
yeah, I mean,
I think they all do. I think all powers have, with the exception of maybe munitions. I'd have to double check munitions, and I think electricity
let's see, I think photon blast
don't have 35%ers.
Photon blast is a 50. Napalm is a 50. I'm not really seeing anything under 35% in gadgets.
Photon blast is gadgets.
I just looked at Photon, and Photon Blast... oh, there it is. I was looking in the wrong spot. Yeah, if target's below 35%, yeah. So, I guess when you're looking at using Photon Blast, I guess you either have a choice that you can create this... You can create the advanced mechanic, or you can use the you can use the power back mechanic, and then just have this big photon blast at 35%, because you can't really put photon blast within an advanced mechanic loadout because there's just no room.
That's probably why it's going to be for PvP.
Executes, yeah. Well, finishers, executes, same verbated thingy, same usage.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so basically, I mean, Photon Blast is supposed to be like that big below 35% health finisher, and now in my eyes, because of advanced mechanics, I look at Paralytic Dart and EMP Pulse as the finishers, because with Gadget's AM, you're building everything up, putting all those power interactions in just for this big attack. Where maybe I should make a loadout with no advanced mechanic, just with the power back mechanic, and put Photon Blast in, and let's see how the damage goes. I doubt it's going to be equal, but you could hope. Because that would be a good test to see if these executes or finishers are worth it, or if they need to be readjusted to put into. I don't think they should be adjusted to put in the advanced mechanic.
I've always thought that every power should technically be able to be used.
Yeah, there's that line of thought as well.
Yeah,
which I tend to agree with.
I don't see why advanced mechanics have to have a set rotation.
Because then it just makes for cookie cutter loadouts, and then you end up with powers like Quantum, where you sit there and just slowly drum your fingers across the keyboard.
Or controller. I use a controller, sir. I mean, I'm
saying I have a keyboard. I have a keyboard hooked up to my PS4. I could literally just sit here and just drum my fingers from 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4.
It's true.
4, and just
It's like, oh, someone's near me. Hit 5 for quantum tunneling, and then back to rotation.
Yep.
I did that last night in Trigon's prison, which I was really shocked. I did 5 million damage. I was really like, wow, that's shocking because I never do that well. But sure enough, that's exactly what happened when.
Was it Quantum?
Yeah, it was Quantum.
Okay, no story.
I was like CR92.
Yes, no story.
So
it's a non-story, Trex.
Okay, understandable. I was doing my rotation, just 1, 2, 3, like X Y B A X Y B A. Oh, look, here comes an ad. He's coming to get me. What's that? Oh, quantum tunneling. XYBA, XYBA. Like, there's no deviation whatsoever from this loadout. I was like, this is...
Gargamon to...
See, that's what I kind of miss about before Advanced Mechanics. It used to be you could kind of use power situationally. You can kind of go all over the place with your powers instead of having it to where, oh, let me cast this power first, then this, then this, then this, because I'm kind of told to.
Yeah. Someone told me that loadout, and I definitely went with it. I'm like, okay, this is cool. But I mean, Rage is a good example of having kind of a mixture. Because, I mean, you have both a melee and a ranged, even though melee is definitely more favorable, and the devs wanted it to be favorable, because it's a melee power. But, I mean, with my Rage, it's like, I got Dreadful Blast, I got Galling Eruption, I got Plasma Breath, Reach, whatever, Plasma Reach, and then, holy shit, oh, and I got, like, that Anger Punishment thing, and then Menace, I'm sorry, not Menace, Malice? I don't know. I got 2 damage buffs. One is the normal and the other one's the supercharge. So I could have easily switched out one of those for something better, but I went with it. But I mean, with melee, you're basically relying on Outrage, and then I think Mangle. I haven't even looked at what the melee option for Rage is, because I was like, I'm a range person. I'd rather just stay away. That's how I play, because I'm always a ranged DPS. I'm never a melee. So I'll stick with the Rage version. I'm happy. But Soups, you're about to say something, weren't you?
I was going to expand on and answer somebody who was, answering somebody's question in the chat, but I'll let it go.
Okay.
I'll let it go.
All right. Well, I'm done with gadgets. I'm moving on. Done with gadgets. So, Game Update 39 still on the test server. Gadgets, Fire, Ice, Survival Mode, Happiness, Home. Lots of stuff to test out. Even now, Legends PvE is now on there as well for our Ace Kim, which I think 49. Curly, I just said 39 again? Man, what was in these game updates that I need to be reminded? Whatever, man. Just, I don't even care anymore. I'm done. What even were they? I don't even know. So, I have to bring up this thread. First off, if you haven't been on the forums this week, be thankful. But you miss like some awesomeness, because after last weekend, after we did the show on Friday, starting Saturday, it was non-stop threads about where's the love for support roles.
Shut up.
Hold on, I'm not going to touch on that. I'm getting to it.
Hey, Trex, we're on Game Update 49.
Thanks, Thanks.
And soon we're going to hit the big 50. So I hope you've planned ahead for that, because there's like a traditional gifts and everything for that. So
well, God forbid I hit Game Update 30. I just go back to I'm going to stay in the 30s.
Wait, he said something about traditional gifts.
We get gifts. We get presents.
Traditional gifts at Update 50.
No, we get gifts.
Oh, you get gifts.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, we as in the CRT. We get gifts, right?
No.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, okay, so Game Update 50, that's confirmation of when the next power is going to be out? Okay, thanks, Maps.
And silence.
It's like, shit.
So, 49. 49. God, the big 40.
Unicorn powers confirmed. Whatever, screw it.
Well, the Galactic Unions are going to run with that now. So we had all those threads about the support roles that folks just need to really comment down. Okay, just wow, that was horrible. But that also led into another thread that got a lot of attention from Spittle. Lots of attention from Spittle, which was, I think it's like, the devs aren't the problem, we are. And it was basically about the whole support roles and DPS. And Spittle posted so much in that thread, I couldn't even follow it. I feel like I have to sit down on a nice Sunday brunch and just go into the SOE post tracker, or I'm sorry, the staff tracker, and just read all the responses that Spittle posted in that thread. It was insane, just insane. But another thread I have to bring up because it brought the stupid stick to me. It's entitled "Devs Incentivize Pickups."
Yeah.
Meaning that... Are you okay?
Oh, people... All right, here's your incentive.
There
Finishing
should not...
the raid.
Oh my God.
That's
Yes.
your incentive. Finishing the raid.
It's so stupid. Why would you not revive someone? Why would you be like,
Because he's out damaging me. He was talking shit.
Oh my God.
And
then when the whole raid wipes, everybody's like, what the well, that never happens on PC, but
Yeah, whatever.
I was a person.
it's never happened to me.
Whatever. Vast
Wait,
majority
do
never
villains
happened to
even
me.
run anything?
PC players posting on
Oh,
the
they
forum
do.
are
Trust
outnumbered
me.
console players. Don't tell me it's not PC. It doesn't happen on PC.
It does. I've never had it happen to me. I'm sure it does, but I'm sure it doesn't happen in as many numbers.
PC and PlayStation both have the same amount of assholes, if not one greater than the other. Everyone's dick. Everyone is. Even every
Oh yeah,
single
it's
player.
just they're different kinds of assholes.
Yeah. Here's the thing, people. You're playing a game with other people. This is an MMO. I might be a fan of the single-player content where I can run around and get my dailies done and get my marks and all that stuff. I am a fan of single-player content. But I'm also acknowledging the fact that this is an MMO, meaning that it's a multiplayer, it's a massive multiplayer online game. It's an MMO game, multiplayer. If you're in a run with 3 other people, if one of them dies, you are, unless you're the tank or the healer, you are responsible, or even maybe the healer sometimes if he's able to.
But there's 2.
If there's 2. You are responsible to pick up your fellow man. As the army says, leave no soldier behind. You don't sit there in DPS and another DPS is beside you. If that DPS drops, it doesn't mean you keep going and pick up his slack. No, you stop, pick him up, and then work together as a team. I'm not going to sit here and just like, oh, Vagrant went down. My cooldowns, I need faster cooldowns. Hold on, I'm going to carry you, buddy. No, I'm going to pick Vagrant up, and we're going to keep going on. We're going to keep trucking. The incentive is to complete the run, to defeat that boss fight. All right? Picking up a player, that is your incentive, is to complete the content. You don't need a temporary increase in damage output, healing, health, or vit, or whatever. All right?
The people that are calling for incentive to pick people up, like achievements for reviving a player 500 times, bet you $10 they've never ran survival mode because they wouldn't get anywhere.
I can't fathom why we need to incentive, like, even a grindy feat for the number of pickups. I am never, ever, God forbid, I'm gonna be on my healer and I'm just not gonna heal anybody and just watch someone drop. It's like, hold on, I need this for my feet. Hold on, I got this.
The new DCUO teabagging, just DPS over someone that went down.
Move over to their corpse right beside him. It's like, you see what I'm doing? You see, I'm quantum. I'm not even doing anything. My eyes are closed.
Because you died.
I just quantum tunneled over here just to do this in front of you. That's all. I just wanted my ass in your field of vision on your screen watching me DPS. That's all I want. Come on, guys. Incentivize? Just pick up your fellow man. Pick him up. Pick up your fellow woman.
I mean, it's...
Seriously, I mean, I don't poke very often, but even in some of my league runs, I've sat there. If I've been tanking,
this is why pucks can't have nice things.
Especially if I'm tanking, especially when I'm tanking all that. I'm keeping like an eye on everything, all that. I see, looking for ads and everything spawning out somewhere so I can pull them in, everything. And I have seen in league runs, somebody go down next to a DPS who's just sitting there still. Pew, 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 and I have literally screamed at them.
Pixie, pick them up for God's sakes.
Yep, and she's been one of them.
I knew it!
She wants to prove to you that she's the best, Soups.
Do your job and pick them up.
Yeah. pick up the guy who died right next to you.
No, she wants to prove that she doesn't have...
It's real simple, folks. Zoom your cameras out. All right. You got 180 degrees, view of vision. All right. If somebody dies right next to you, or even just a little bit behind you, you're still gonna see them. Stop what you're doing. Turn around. Pick him up. I know he's out damaging you. I know you want to get on top of the scoreboard, but guess what? You want to beat the raid too, don't you?
Don't you want to get that set bonus?
I do.
Bless you.
Thank you.
She'll crack me up sometimes too, because I'll be like, Pixie, pick that guy up. She's like, I was in the middle of an animation. I was like, no, you freaking you did your brawling combo 3 times.
That animation is really long, Soups.
Oh, shut up.
Would you stop a big scoop to pick someone up? Look at the silence. You hear the silence?
No. Well, I'm tanking. If I'm in a raid and I'm using big scoop, that means I'm tanking. I shouldn't be picking anybody up. But yeah, I'll tell you what, Trex. Crossplay, Trex. I'm gonna tank for you, and you go down. I'm gonna go try and pick you up.
That I will say this now. If you do that, I would be so honored.
If somebody goes down and you go to pick him up, I'll go over there to help you.
That would be so nice. It's the thought that counts. It's just the thought.
Everything on top of you. I'll try to get that pickup.
I will say this now. If there was a way for tanks to pick people up, I would definitely be doing it. For God's sakes, because I do not want...
I've seen ice tanks able to get away with it.
Man, fuck them and their shields.
Ice tanks with a lot of dom and all that, and with the reflect up, I've seen them be able to get away with it. But, yeah, tanks shouldn't be doing it. Trollers, double trolls, DPS, definitely. Solo heals, solo trolls now.
Yeah, I put more responsibility on the DPS to pick someone up. Then it's controllers, and then it's the healer if it's possible. But DPS, I know we want to take this boss down. I know you want to get that E-pin to have that ego of having top scoreboard, but I don't care. I want you to stop DPSing. The closest DPS needs to stop DPSing, go pick up the other person, and then go back to what they were doing. That's what needs to happen.
I won't lie. Mercenary carry. This is talking about picking people up, let them die, let people die in the corner. I won't lie. Melee DPS that constantly die, and I will tank everything on top of their dead bodies, so they don't get picked up.
Oh my god, that is so wrong, but funny. And now I want to do it too. I just want. If I ever had that griefer now, I'm going to do that too. Thank you. You are an inspiration. It's like, what are you doing? You're on top of me.
9 times out of 10, I will, kite everything away from somebody's dead body.
Yeah.
If they got pulled in, something like that, I'll do that. But if it's a melee DPS who's been like, he's like, I'm gonna get this 6-tap off, and going in there like that, and they constantly are dying from it, or if it's a munitions who's constantly in my back pocket, trying to get as much damage and everything like that, and they don't get out of AOEs. Nope, I'll tank right on top of their dead body. It'll look like I'm teabagging them. Because half the time I am.
So mean. All right. That is it for the show. Now it's time for the shameless plug. Be sure to follow us over on our social media, over on Facebook and the Twitter. Just type in DCUO SourceCast or just type in SourceCast. Either way, you'll find us. You can find all the VODs over at my YouTube channel at youtube.com/Trexlight, right there in the SourceCast playlist. You can also find them on the forums, because I update the forum post every week, and it gets put onto the first page. 5 minutes later, it gets knocked down to second. So, thanks for reading. Yay. And you can also... You almost done? You almost done? You done with your loud noises, sir?
No.
I didn't think so.
Okay.
You can also find the VODs and also the audio in MP3 format over at Trexlight.com, or you can go on to iTunes and download the MP3 there as well. Just type in DCO SourceCast or SourceCast. Either way, you'll find us, because it's all good. If you guys have a suggestion or any questions that you guys want answered, just email us at DCUOSourcecast@gmail.com. So far, no emails. And I'm crying a little bit.
Nobody likes you, Trex.
Thanks, Vagrant.
My friend was like, "Aw."
Thanks, friend.
It's just like, dang, this is ruthless.
Just tell him I'm the Colin Mockery of this group. That's all.
Your friend,
Colin Mockery is a beautiful man, though.
He is.
Turn and tell your friend that he's never run a raid with Trex tanking it.
You never ran around with me either.
I don't need to. I've seen it.
That's gonna change when crossplay comes out. I'm hoping both of you have a villain that you at least occasionally run stuff with me.
Well, I mean, I got my villain. I got a couple of level 30 villains. I just gotta get their CRs up.
I have. Yeah, if you want to carry me through some tier 3 stuff, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I would be down to do that.
There you go. And yes, there is giveaways after the podcast. There's only one giveaway. I just got $20. That's all I got. So, but all right, Super Patriot, where can we find you?
You can, of course, find me on youtube.com/thedicehouse. I'm also on the facebook.com/thedicehouse. I am also on the Twitter @thedicehouse. And you can find me now here on twitch.tv/thedicehouse, streaming in beautiful 1080p. Thank you, upgrading.
What's your upload now?
I have no idea. I'd have to check. But I'm definitely not streaming in like 12 pixels anymore.
Again, I'm sorry, I can't help that. I don't pay for the bill, so I did some tests on it. I started out with DC and all that. Everything was good, and then I really did some tests on it. I got on Battlefield 4 and streamed for a while I was playing it, and no pixelization, hiccups, or anything like that. Every once in a while, for some reason, I don't know if it's the communication between Twitch and PSN or whatnot. It like the service gets interrupted or loses connection and everything like that. But I'm able to start it right back up. So if that happens, folks, don't leave. I'll be right back. I wouldn't leave without saying goodbye. That's true.
Like Vagrant's dad.
Oh. Holy
Vagrant's
shit!
Dad.
Holy hell! This got Ricky Lake real.
What happened to like Vagrant's Dad? I wasn't even paying attention. I never paid attention.
I said I was telling people, if my stream shut down, there's something going on between Twitch and PSN right now. I think I wouldn't, tell everybody, don't go anywhere. I'll start right back up. And saying that I wouldn't leave without saying goodbye to like Vagrant's dad.
My dad's still around. Now, one of my friends, yes, his dad left him when he was like 2 years old, and he made that joke all the time.
My dad left when I was 6, but I can talk to him. I just don't.
I made that crack at Vagrant just because you get picked on a lot, Trex. Now I'm really glad I made that crack at Vagrant because I would have felt bad.
Well, you got. I'm not gonna pull out the race card.
Vagrant, we know you're black and ginger. It's okay. I've accepted this. All right, Vagrant, where can we find you? Even though your information on screen's not valid, because I end up.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna give up on that that whole channel yet, because it's like 2,600. The sub count keeps going up on that one, which is hilarious.
That's true.
And I haven't posted a video in like 8 months or something like that. Oh my gosh. All right. Anyways, you can find me at YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Tumblr. It's going to be /TrickTracked. You can find a whole bunch of gaming-related stuff. Doesn't necessarily have to be DC Universe Online, although DC Universe Online is my main MMORPG, and that's why I'm on this podcast. So yeah. Trex, where can we find you?
You can find me over at facebook.com/Trexlight, and also on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/Trexlight. And you can follow me on the Twitter at ThisIsTrex, and be sure to hit that follow button over at twitch.tv/Trexlight, because when I go live, it's all sorts of fun stuff as well. And one last picture before we go, because Super Toad finished it. Ladies and gentlemen,
I want Super Toad to do a picture of me one day. I feel honored. You can put it like the same. You can have me saying like "so good."
Thank you, Super Toad. On the next SourceCast, we're gonna do a live DNS. Who is Super Patriot's daddy? Join us next time.
Himself.
Well, I just broke every time travel thing ever. So once again, another cartoon from Super Toad, which is a picture of robot maps.
Good. Give in to the anger.
Only your hatred can destroy this thread.
It's gold.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's awesome.
This thread is going off topic. #closed.
Oh my god, that needs to be the picture in every thread he closes. He needs to post this.
You just post that in there.
That would be great.
I'm saving this picture, and anytime I go into a thread that I feel is going to be closed, I'm posting this picture in case he doesn't. That is excellent, Toad. So great.
So there's already a post on forums. Fire spamming Fireburst is ridiculous.
Oh my god. What? From a guy named Aggro. What?
Yes.
Where's
Anyways,
my...
Actually, I just saved Super Toad some time and all that on a picture of you, Vagrant. So there it is for everybody right there.
What happened?
I just linked a picture of you.
Okay, so this thread is where's my jackhammer / upheaval additional damage while Crystal's active idea since devs are enforcing the pet AM on Earth to counter this ridiculous spamming. It is the DCUO Fire AM 32K DPS game update 49 TS, some 2-minute 25-minute video. Okay, he's attacking what looks to be 3 targets. I'm not even playing the video. I'm just watching. I'm just looking. Actually, I'm going to play the video because I'm just going to mute the sound, and I'll play it. Let's see it. He's on 3 targets. Okay, there's Inferno and Fire Blast. He's at 126. 10Ks, 10Ks, 10Ks. Okay, so I'm looking at he has Fire Burst. Looks like he has Flame Cascade, Inferno. Wait a minute. What the hell? He's not. Wait a minute.
What's the name of this thread?
Yeah, I'll link it. I'm not even seeing him.
Fire spamming Fireburst is ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, he's hitting Fire Burst, but of course, I think I see what Brittany was talking about because I'm not seeing the cooldown thing come up on Fire Burst.
Oh, yeah, I see it now too.
Yeah, I see what she's talking about now because I'm not seeing like the cooldown animation for Fire Burst.
Is there a cooldown for Mass Det?
Yeah. You see that cooldown where it's like refreshing. But honestly, he's not even using the AM.
Yeah, he is.
He is? Because
That's why it hits that hard. But technically, that's not even that hard.
Every time he hits with Fire Burst, it renews the AM.
okay, I can see the. I wasn't seeing the actual blue flame, but now I'm seeing it now as it gets closer to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's. I would argue it's probably hitting as hard as the other AMs because the way that fire is working right now is yes, you'll keep spamming things, but you're going to have to. It only hits for like what 10k every 2 seconds or something like that.
Yeah.
While other AMs are going to hit for like 30k and stuff like that.
And let me just say this now. We have some amazing testers in the TSI who do the DPS thing a lot better than me, who know how to test it and everything. They have already said that in that range of like 26 to 28k damage for fire is basically almost in line with everything else. So if anything, the fire AM, even if it hits 32k, calm it down, okay? That's fine. If it's hitting 32k, I am perfectly fine with it. Because God forbid, like, oh, fire's overpowered. No, I don't care. Fire needed that goddamn love, okay? It needed that love. If it's turned, if I can get...
It's been like, what, for like 2 years since Fire's been anywhere even near relevant in terms of DPS?
Well, I mean, you needed the skill points, and you needed to know what you were doing.
Yeah.
With Fire, for a while. But before the AM came out, Fire, I was keeping up with a lot with most powers and everything. Between Weapon Mastery, even before Weapon Mastery, I was keeping up with a lot of the powers. DPS wise. It's just that I don't know. I mean, things started changing. You know, Weapon Mastery came out, and then AM came out, and AM changed a lot of things with Fire that, you know, made the Weapon Mastery side of it almost, you know, kind of, you know, pointless to use. I mean, it's still viable with Weapon Mastery. The Weapon Mastery side, you know, currently on live is better than the AM. But with this, you know, like I said, we'll see. We'll see when it drops in there. I hitting dummies is one thing. Seeing it in content,
yeah,
you know,
yeah, that's
what
what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Because there's a lot more going on in content. You have CCs hitting you. You have, you know, getting knocked down. You're gonna have to move out AOE's. It's not just going to be like every 2 seconds. Oh yes, this is fire. This is how I'm gonna just keep spamming it over and over and over again, and I'm not gonna get interrupted at all. No, that's definitely not how it works in a raid.
Yeah.
Nope. So, all right, that is it for the episode. I don't think there's an FNL next week, so just pay attention to the forums in the Friday Night Legends section, and Meps will update us on when the next FNL is. Of course, we'll have the SourceCast here next week. Not really sure what we're going to talk about yet. I have a topic that we can talk about, but I'm going to wait. I meant to bring it up tonight, but of course we're already at like the 2-hour mark, which it's kind of... What the hell was that?
It's 2 hours podcast. Yes.
Oh my god!
Time to end the show.
But it was so good.
I'm getting my rape whistle.
Right? I need an adult. Alright, so stick around for the giveaway. I have a $20 PSN card because I still don't have any PC cards yet. I'm going to tweet out to the marketing Magic Man and see if he has any update that he can give me. Because I'm, of course, under NDA, so he can tell me, but I just can't tell anyone else. If he can tell me at all. I don't know. He's a good guy. He's a nice guy. So I do have a $20 PSN card to give away. Only this. I couldn't find any $10, so we have this. And thank you, Val. I like my dulcet tones as well. It makes me feel good. Makes me feel good. So, and I've been meaning to do this for every episode, but I keep forgetting. So to end the show, I'm really gonna give a shout out to all the new followers on Twitch. Half troll, half amazing. Okay. Casual Gamer 49, Angry Birds 191. Can't wait for your movie, buddy. SSJ Chris 768. Hope your constipation's okay. Tadix Boxer. Okay. Sleeper 777. Grizzly Bot DC. Superstar Woman DCUO. Po Fadin. Ashmun 84. Mercenary Chaos, you already were following. What are you doing? And then Ill Collision 23. Thank you all so much for following the channel. And so stick around for the giveaway. Thank you all so much for watching the podcast and listening to it. And we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Yes. Yes, we will see you next time.
You are so creepy.